I want to look at quiz 3 and using StatCrunch for the computations that appear within here. In question number 1, we're asked about a binomial probability distribution. And over here in StatCrunch, again, that I accessed through MyLab Statistics, there is a calculator that can quickly do these computations for you. So like in this problem, there's this 42%, which would be like your success rate. There's 20 individuals that are selected at random. I'll just use a few different values, but if you want to access a calculator for this, you'd click on Stat, go to Calculators, and select Binomial. The following window will show up, so you don't actually have to enter in any data into these columns. This all can be done right here. So there's a couple of options. There's Standard, which is currently selected, and then Between. Between just means that you would enter in two different values and find the probability between them. But standard is what I'm going to want, or what would be used on this quiz. Like it's, exactly for, at most, more than, indicates some like strictly greater than or less than. So I'm just going to type in a few different values here. So n is going to be like your number of individuals. I'll choose something different. Maybe there's 50 individuals in a study. And maybe the rate of success, well here it's currently set at 0.5 or 50%, but I don't know, maybe it's 0.3, so 30%. To do the computations, here it's the probability that we have less than or equal to 5 people. So I'll just make up something different here, but maybe it'll be 12. And if you click compute, it gives us this probability that you could round to maybe a few decimal places, but it goes out this far. And up here is a picture of what is represented by this probability. Like, okay, on this line represents the number of individuals. And then since it's less than or equal to 12, it starts here and goes backwards this way. So like if you switched it to strictly greater than and maybe chose 20, right, so we again get this probability, and we're actually not including 20, so this one isn't highlighted. So it starts at 21 and it goes in this direction. So this calculator is enough for everything that will be done in this first question. So I'll close this. Now if I scroll down on the quiz to the second problem, I'm asking that you don't use StatCrunch to explain your answer. So like here's what I mean. These 4 images I just copied and pasted from StatCrunch. And here, it's the standard normal distribution. And I use StatCrunch to get these two probabilities, which are shown here and here. Part A is asking, if you're given this piece of information, can you figure out this one? So you don't have to use StatCrunch for this if you understand conceptually what's going on. But it's completely okay if you want to check your answer. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. For part B, okay, I'm asking for this probability. How can you use both of these to figure out the answer to this? So don't use StatCrunch, but it's completely okay to check your work. So let me show you how to access that. If you'd like to use the standard normal distribution, again, you can go up to Stat, Calculators, but this time select Normal. A very similar window will show up as last time with similar options. Like here is our bell-shaped curve. It's the standard normal distribution because the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. If you click on Between, again, just like with the binomial probability distribution, that would mean the probability between two values. I'll stick with standard for now. But here is where you'd enter your z-score. So I'll choose something different than what is appearing within the quiz. So maybe I'll try to figure out the probability that we're less than a z-score of 0.75. And if you click compute, it gives you the probability over here, but also a visual representation of this. So like here is your 0.75 between 0 and 1. And because less than or equal to is selected, you're going to choose to go on this side of your z-score. So this represents this probability. You could switch it to greater than or equal to, and then it just would go on this side, the right side, instead of the left side. So again, don't use StatCrunch to explain your answer, but there's nothing wrong with using this to check your work.